Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are in another trail ride in Brown Road. This is another trail in Massachusetts, very nearby to the one that we did last time. That's Torrey Mountain Road. Awesome little trail. Uh, the other one was a lot more difficult than this one. This one, again, traveling from north to south. It would take you a little bit. It is a while of a section that is just like I would say, like just dirt road. As you guys can see, I'm at speed up through this area, two times the speed, just because there's not really much to see. You can still see how the road is, so I still showing you how it is, but there is not much going on. So I still want to show you the complete trail, but I didn't want to show you, just sit there for 10 minutes just watching me travel 5 miles per hour through this area. So I'm gonna just speed up this area, and as soon as you see me hit this ginormous uh, hole, that's when you know that the trail begins. It just you can even tell that it's there. It literally looks like like rocks from somebody driving, and then out of the blue, it catches your tire, and that's when you're like, oh, they, I just began the trail. So again, guys, welcome. Again, this is going to be a trail series. I'm going to be doing as many of the trails that I can that are nearby me. I think there is one in Connecticut that I might be doing soon. I do not know the name of it yet, but I think it's like the only blue trail here. It is rated a 4. And last time I saw the reports was saying that it was overgrown and stuff like that. So um, I don't know. We will see. If not, then we might be doing the New Hampshire area. But yeah, guys, if you guys are enjoying this type of videos, let me know. If you guys don't like the videos, let me know. Just let me know, guys, how you guys are enjoying this type of complete trail rides, and let me know what I can improve on. One thing I must say though, I'm gonna try to get multiple angles next time. I already got myself a second action camera that I'm gonna be putting at the back of the truck, so that I can get some different shots, just in case I'm like off camber, or if there is like a section that it will be nice to have something that can, look down or look in the back, or if I'm riding with other people, it will be cool as well to have, showing their truck or showing my truck. And I'm also going to be maybe introducing another vehicle to the channel. I don't know if you maybe have seen it on some other videos in the background. It's a Tacoma that I have. It's an SR5, but I'm going to be making some decent modifications to the vehicle.
Golly. That was a
Yes, and that's the hole that I was telling you about. But again, going back real quickly to the Tacoma, it's an SR5, but I will be making modifications to it that it can actually perform off-road. I'm gonna try to keep the modifications light as far as like the aftermarket world. I want to do as much Toyota modification as I can. I don't want the truck to be like this truck. This truck is heavily modified with different parts and different stuff. The Tacoma, I don't want to do that. I want to keep it normal as far as like suspension and stuff like that. I want everything that has to do with Toyota. I don't want to lift this thing to the moon. I don't want to do all of that. So yeah, I'm gonna let myself from the video then take it from here, and I will jump in and out on the video depending on what's going on. But awesome little trail. Cannot complain here on how it's looking so far. The whole time on this trail, all I can remember is me just thinking like, how is this a 5? Like it's just some rocks in the road, and I know I hit that area a little bit hard there, but that shouldn't be making this a 5. But that's not what makes this trail a five. Is the actual sections with difficulties. There's some muddy areas that if you don't have the clearance, you might get stuck, and then there are some rocks that can like high center
That's right,
you,
you can
or
stop.
yeah, and there is one that can catch your rocker panels if you don't have rock sliders. So just be prepared, guys, to take it easy through these areas, and more if you have never been through this like I did. So the best recommendation that I can give you is to take it easy through this area, and just take it easy. Just go slow. If you have to get out, get out. And yeah, so survey the terrain before you go over it if you don't feel sure about it.
What a mountain. Travel with all this. Mud. Indian love mud and shot.
Oh yeah, and I wanted just to mention this that week that I went there. This was on Thanksgivings, and I don't know if you guys remember then, but it was a very rainy week. It was raining a lot, so this holes may be different depending on what time of the year you go. I imagine if you go when there is a lot of snow, probably this is probably gonna be a lot farther to go if it is snowy, or if it just like is like freezing. This is all of this is going to turn to ice. So it depends on what part, season, temperature, all of that will change this area. So you just have that in mind. Right now it's just really muddy because it's 40 degrees and it rains a lot.
Just go out. Just go out. Go out there. If you don't have the equipment to get yourself unstuck, like you don't have a way, you gotta come along. They're cheap. Maybe $40. Depending where you get. Get one from
So just to clarify, what I was saying there is that you don't have to really have a rig on 35, 37s, 39. You don't have to have this monster trucks of vehicles to be able to come through this area. I mean, my Jeep is an inch and a half higher than stock. It's on 31 inch tires, and that's what comes in the Tacomas and Forerunners from factory. um, and just so it has skid plates and rock sliders. That's all this truck has. And and a winch. That's all this truck has as far as like capability off road. And I don't think that I even would need the lacquer that the truck has in the rear to be able to make it through this section. Because most of the times, if you just give it a little oomph, you can most of the time go over anything. And if not, that's why you got your winch. And if you don't want to spend on a winch, because the winch will get expensive, because people say, "Oh, get a winch." Yeah, but the winch, you have to get a winch. Let's say that the winch is $200 or 100 something like. You still have to get a place to mount it on the vehicle, and that's what it is expensive about it. So, yeah. So again, you don't need all of these modifications to come out here. You can just, get some clearance and go from there. The truck was really bouncy on this area just because I refused to air down. I was like, I have to get this area through this area without it. But to be honest with you, I regretted it just because of how much bouncier the truck was. So everything inside was rattling, and it was just a harsh ride through in there. But yeah, just want to keep narrating what's going on. I feel that it's a little bit better than a silent ride along like I did on the last video. But you guys can tell me if you guys like me to voice over the videos, or you guys would rather just to sit here in silence and just watch the train and hear the engine noises. I guess the only problem will be on the Tacoma. There's not going to be a lot of engine noises since it's unfortunately turbo. Probably actually sound pretty poor actually thinking about it, but you will see. We'll see how it sounds, and you guys can let me know. I can put some fake V8 sounds if you guys want me to. But yeah, I feel this road in comparison to obviously the differently rated trail. This trail definitely, it's a decent trail. I will still, if I traveled again to do this trail, I would probably do it this time from north to south. I mean, from south to north. Um, this another trail I didn't get to hit this day just because, okay, Benhar bar is broken. I already went through all of this trail. Yeah, I would have done a south just because there are some other trails that I didn't get to hit on my way to Connecticut. Again, going back to what I was mentioning there. So what it is I had scheduled all of these trail rides with some of my buddies, some of the friends that newly met friends.
If you come out here, you gotta wait for the rain. So it's like this. It's so wet. The water is coming through the trail.
At the end of the Vermont trails, the guys decided that they had enough, and they decided to go back home. So kind of were left with a choice of doing the trail ride by ourselves or going home. So I just decided, you know what, I go home and do this by myself another time. It's not worth the risking it, damaging something by myself. I was with my wife, and I like it probably would have been a lot of fun, but when you will the people, you guys come out to do stuff together. That's how I feel. I usually like to have my good friends around me. So we just went and didn't do it that day. So, but I'm glad though that I came through here. I was right. It was gonna be an awesome little trip because it was only 3 hours away from home. Well, at least from my house. So 3 hours from me, and it would be some awesome trails to see. And I know that the guys would have enjoyed it. So I feel now that this is my way of getting them to come out, letting them see and experience from my point of view, or I guess from the camera's view, how these trails were. So maybe they see now that the places that I go are not insane and not crazy off-roady trips. That most of these things, as long as they're okay with getting the cars muddy, any vehicle can make it through here. I feel that I can, as long as you don't have an F-150 with, those side steps that are electronic, that you can rip them off of the truck. As long as you don't have no weird hanging fruits, you should be fine. Just, drive yourself slowly through here. But yeah, going back to the trail, let's see what we have coming up. So if you guys are enjoying the video so far, please drop a like. Don't forget to share and subscribe, guys. It goes a long way to help my mental health. You know what I mean? Let's support men here, guys. Let's give me that like, give me that subscribe, help your boy out so we can keep making these videos. And well, I'm still keep making them, but it's an encouragement for me to keep making them when I see a new subscriber or when I get a like. So help me out here, guys. Let's keep pushing. So one day we can do some trail rides with some of the guys, and invite some new people. I'm always down to meet new people. So yeah, let's try to get some wheels on the mud out there. All right.
That's a cool trail. Like, no, I get those. That's a cool trail. Very cool trail. Wish there was more stuff like this here. I didn't have to drive. The fuck was this? But yeah, I didn't have to drive 4 hours every time to West PA. So now I know that this is here.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, that's something that I wish that there was a little more trails are nearby, and at the higher category. I know that Vermont is filled with some trails there that are very nice. I know they have the Field Challenge and all of that going on in Vermont. However, that's still 3 hours plus from me most of the times. So it's the same thing as Pennsylvania. But don't worry, guys. I am planning on making all these sorts of trips. So I'm gonna just see if I can find a way to find out about the BOT challenge and all of those stuff, so we can tackle those roads in Vermont that are usually not in Onyx, because I didn't saw anything unless they are the ones that are like all the way at the top, that are called like sevens and stuff like that. That is like up the river. But we will take a look at all of those trails and then see if we can tackle them as well. I think this is one of the best areas of the trail right here, where there's just these rocks that you have to go down off. Yes, it would have been a good angle to have the other camera on, because it would have shown the vehicle pointing up. So definitely gonna be attaching a second camera to the truck. Air down, right? Yeah, that would have been a great idea, but you decided not to, so it's a little too late now. But through the camera, it doesn't look like I'm going over anything, but that was some big rocks there. This wasn't like just like, oh, you good, like just go over it. I don't know why. I think I'm probably gonna try to get a camera that's a little bit lower to the ground or on the bumper, so it could be a little bit closer to the ground, so you guys maybe like that you guys can see the difference of how it looks. on this trail ride, I didn't get out and put the tripod out like I did on the other, just because I felt lazy, guys. I'm sorry, felt lazy. I was like, I didn't know what was coming up. I couldn't see it because this trail was long and then it curved. You couldn't see anything. You were on top of the obstacle, so I didn't get out and bother to check anything, stuff like that. So that's why I didn't get out and set up the tripod. The other road was easier to see the long ways and see. Oh, there's a feature coming up. But if I go again there, my only concern would be with obviously airing down prior to the trail, where I should have done, or I always do it. I just refuse to do it because I'm like, if
Trail
I went over
airing up though.
that sakes,
Thought that we were
tell you
doing.
how hard it would be, because I have never gone on a trail on uh, without airing down, and this one was definitely the first time I did it. So yeah, so definitely would not recommend. I don't know how that guy from Colorado does it. Riding airing, so riding without airing down is crazy. I'm just here on this section. I'm just trying out the heel descent control. I've never used it before, and I feel it's like some form of kind of like crawl control, because obviously using the AES to go over the obstacles very slowly, which helps you with traction, believe it or not, because you're not, just spinning the tires, going to take you time to climb over something. So, pretty cool. Definitely going to use it more on the technical sections. Probably should have used it on the last trail, but again, I never used it before. This was the area I decided to use it. And as far as I understand it, which I probably should do some reading on it and inform myself, depending on what gear you're in, is the speed that the car is going to roll forward. So if your first gear is going to, slow down. You go to fifth gear, it's going to roll more naturally. So at least that's how it felt. It felt like the truck was, going faster and faster, the different gears that we're in. So, and you can obviously throttle the vehicle so you can go faster too. So, definitely something that I'm out to just read up on, because it seemed fun to do, and it made it a little bit easier to go over some of the sections coming up. One thing I would say though, that I'm very apprehensive on putting out the Tacoma on these trails, is the lack of stuff that the vehicle has. This car doesn't have any external lighting. It doesn't have, like all of the modifications this one does. This one, at least I have the 50-inch light bar on top, which I probably will be removing down the road and just putting pods like spotlights and floodlights on the basket instead. But as for now, that's what it has, and I don't. Again, keeping the Tacoma as close as OEM plus possible. That will be my goal. I don't know. I don't know if I may actually even bother taking it off road in the Northeast. If I probably will use it, it will be to be going out west. I know that this truck is a very comfortable driver, and yeah, it's about it. It's a very comfortable driver, and I know that it's going to make it. It's a newer vehicle with low miles on the warranty. So if it goes, and bring it back to Toyota, and Toyota will figure it out. At least that's the mentality with that vehicle. But yeah, guys, that's the major reason why I would like the Tacoma out. Not because the Tacoma, is a better vehicle than Eco Road. I don't think it would be by any means, but it depends, I guess, on what world you are. You like the smaller vehicle with, the shorter wheelbase, or you like the longer vehicle with longer wheelbase and more capacity in the back. You know, again, I've seen both of those worlds, but my buddies, one has a Tacoma lifted with a cab, and the other one has a Forerunner. You know, both the same year vehicles. With and both behave very differently in the off-roads. So now at this point, you're making a decision whether to put your money and time into modifying that truck or giving it as it is. This is a lot of mud, more water. I don't know in what section it is, but it should be approaching to the point where I knocked down my GoPro. That's almost at the very end of the trail. I think it should be coming up. That there is a fork on the road, and once you come to the fork, you have to stay yourself to the right so you come out to the correct area on the road. I do not know where he heads to, and I did not want to find out because people are very vigilant of their land being intruded on. There is signage posted everywhere here, so it's not like you're gonna drive into somebody's driveway without knowing. So yeah, this is the fork on the road right here. Just take a couple of seconds here just to see where I had to go on the phone. I'm gonna sit here in silence until I decide to do something. All right. So yeah, this is the section where I didn't notice because I was too busy just admiring how like the trees look and how everything is around this area, and I didn't notice that there was this branch coming up that would knock off the GoPro, and I spent like the next 20 minutes looking for the thing. So yeah, it's right here. Here we go. Yep, and I ran it over as well. So again, guys, another reminder: subscribe, like, the comment. And yeah, this time around, I put the GoPro on the windshield of the truck. If you have made it this far on the video, let me know which angle you like better. I don't think I'm even able to be heard anymore since I'm inside of the truck and the GoPro is on the windshield of the vehicle. I could probably put it on the hood, or again maybe on the loop on the bumper that this truck has. But again, guys, this is pretty much the very end of the trail right here. Not far from here, there should be just the exit of this trail. There is some little features and stuff that you may want to do in this area. So I'm just gonna highlight them, but pretty much it's approaching the end of the trail. Oh, shout out to the guy that went on X and said that he removed the wood and all and chopped down that tree. Shout out to you, sir. You are an awesome individual for coming out here, and instead of just turning around like most of us would, you cut down the tree and made the trail available for others. Thank you. think if I'm not incorrect, this is the hardest section of the trail where you are going through to the road. It doesn't narrow as much as it looks in here. It's not as narrow. The only thing is that the rods are bigger. There's more rocks on the road. Everything is wet, so it makes it a little bit more challenging for you to come through this area. But no, there is another split on the road further down where you can choose going to stay into how the trail looks. You know, as far as like rocky and the terrain. You know how it looks normally like that, or going to a section that is a little more difficult. And of course, since I was out there and I know and I knew that if I was coming up to the end of the trail, I was like, okay, we out here, we have to tackle the hardest section. So we did that, and when it comes up, I'll point it out to you guys. Oh yeah, this also this area here. Yeah, you can hear it. So I wanted to put the tire and put my rock slider to work. I did not want to try to put the truck, you know, belly first onto that rock. The idea was to put the rock slider to work and let the rock slider do its thing. So what you guys are hearing roving there, that is my rear right tire contacting my fender well because my penhard bar is not there. My penhard bar is supposed to be pulling the axle in, and it wasn't doing it. So just wanna let you guys know what's going on since the penhard bar came off. We'll be shortly this week uploading, or maybe next week, one of those two. I will be uploading the video for the repair of that penhard bar, so the truck will be trail ready for Sunday. So on Sunday, when I go to the Hartford area, I will be tackling that trail that I promised you guys that I will get you, and I will see if I can get you multiple trails per week. No promises though, but I will try to see if I can get at least one video out every week, regardless of what it is about. So you guys, you know, just stay busy watching something while I get myself out there to these places. If I could get it maybe this upcoming year, hopefully this summer, now that I actually started doing this YouTubing, hopefully I can get myself out to some nicer places, more difficult places, so you guys can see how cool it is out there. Hopefully I influence you to come out and try some of these roads yourself. Again, as I said on the last video, always bring water, food, and one way of recovering yourself. And if you're not going to have a way of recovery for yourself, like a winch or a come along, bring a buddy. Bringing a buddy is always the best option, because usually two people can think better than one and take safer choices. So this is what I was talking about. This is where another fork on the road begins, or you go to the right or you go to the left. The left seem a little more, you know, there is like this humongous jagged rock dividing the road here. So I was actually pretty scared, but I just let the hill descent control me through here. Yeah, it makes it look easy. Yeah. I mean, again, I feel that I need to get some better, much better angles, and that's what these videos are for. I don't want to become a videographer. I don't want to become like, I gotta get the best shot, but at least something that it can convey to you guys how harder these trails are, so you guys can get an idea if you should bring your vehicle through here, or if not, or at least you have guys get an idea of how the trail is, and then you decide if you want to incorporate it into your trip or not, or if you even want to bother yourself with that road or not. That's how I see it every time I come out, and I try to look for one of these videos. That's my goal, at least, is to get the word out to as many people as possible that there is these trails out here, and just trying to get my people to do this. I mean, it's beautiful out in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is one of the most beautiful places that I've seen as far in the Northeast. And of course, Vermont is a lot more beautiful too than Massachusetts, because Massachusetts doesn't have just as many mountains or overlooks and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much the end. Now there's just a small section here coming up, and then from here it leaves you right next to a cemetery. I do not know the name of the cemetery, but it leads you into the main road as well. So, any area around here, you guys can stop, air up, and drive yourself out. You can drive yourself out of here in 4-high or 2-wheel drive, whatever you want. There's no ruts, there's nothing else after this. So yeah, guys, again, just one more time. Hopefully, the third time is the charm. The third time is the what is it? Time, the chime. Third time is the right time. I don't know, but again, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you guys liked the video and made it this far, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Again, I will be making a lot more videos for you guys and keeping you guys, fueled up with this off-road content. You guys have a good day and take care of yourselves.